Good evening, you wonderful people, and welcome to Cyberpunk Night City Highs. It's good to be back. We've had a bit of a recess, but we're all back and fully charged. Um, Again, I've got Ben and Pete, two garblags here in my game, and we're joined tonight as well by Aaron. So yeah, looking forward to another Cyberpunk game. I'll do a quick recap and then we'll just get into what Aaron character's about. So when last we saw our players, um, they just fended off a, a bike gang attack in the underbelly of Mega Building 13 in a little place called Boxtown. For further information, go watch the YouTube video.
Not right now.
Not right now, though, because we need you here. Um, so, Aaron, do you want to tell us a little bit about Stitch?
Sure. His name is Stitch. That's the only name he ever gives out to anyone who is not family, and he doesn't have any family left. So his cultural origins are he's North American, but he's a stable and serious guy. He grew up in a fairly well-off family. Actually, midway up in Mega Building 13, his father was a doctor, and he studied all the time to try to be like his dad. He's a pretty big guy. He's pretty well built. He stays in shape. He's kind of got a bohemian style of clothing. He typically wears an old San Jose Sharks vintage hockey jersey under his light armor jacket and his combat pants and boots. He values most his word. If he tells you he's going to do something, he's going to do it. He stays pretty neutral about people. As a trauma doctor, he knows people are going to live and die under his knife, and so he tries to keep somewhat of a distance from most people. His most valued possession is a set of dog tags. They were given to him by the first person he saved when he was just doing his residency. The person he most values is an ex-lover. His family, as I said, are all dead. They were killed while he was in school studying to become a doctor. Unbeknownst to them, the floor beneath them, in the apartment beneath them in Mega Building 13, there was a low-life fixer who was squatting with his small group of friends. It was not Lofax. This guy specialized in running as a middleman for organ leggers and human trafficking. He got the word that the police were going to raid him, and he had set up his safe house with enough high explosives and incendiaries to not only burn out all the evidence, but also make sure those lawmen knew not to come looking for him again. But he used a little bit too much, and when it blew, not only did he kill all the cops, a section of the ceiling blew out. That just happened to be the section of ceiling that was the floor corresponding to Stitch's father and his two twin little sisters' bedrooms. They fell into the burning inferno and they died there. So as you can expect, this fixer is one of Stitch's childhood enemies, so to speak. Him and his close friends, they went to ground, but if Stitch ever finds him, he's going to kill him. He didn't think his life was going to be the same. He got to keep the apartment because his father actually owned it. So he did some rebuilding and continued his training as a doctor, where he met a young woman that he fell in love with at the hospital. She was beautiful. She loved him, but she'd always told him that she was involved in a gang and then involved with that particular booster gang leader. They had made plans to run off, but this gang leader cornered them. Well, he didn't expect Stitch to be as tough as he was, and Stitch put a hurting on this boy before he crawled off. They were making their way out of Night City when the booster gang caught up with him. That leader didn't really appreciate what had happened, but Stitch's former lover promised to stay with him as long as they didn't kill Stitch. So instead, they put his arm in the car door and continued to close the car door until it was smashed into something, well, didn't even resemble an arm anymore. Told him that'd make it pretty hard for him to practice medicine, but Stitch had a little bit saved up, so he got himself a cyber arm, upgraded it with a med scanner and some big knuckles. Finished his education and joined a trauma team. He's a trauma team doctor during the day, and he runs a little barter-based illegal clinic out of his apartment for those people who can't afford to actually go to one of the corporate clinics. And that's Stitch.
So, thank you very much, Aaron. That was really, really cool. So Stitch, Lofax, and wait a second. I know you guys can't see what I'm looking at, but on my Skype, Ben has written how his character's name is pronounced in brackets, probably on the grounds that I absolutely butchered it the last time we played. So let me see if I can get this right the first time. Tane.
Wicked.
So
it's not my fault. You said roll up random characters. My random character ended up being a Pacific Islander. So what was I gonna do?
So Tane and Lofax have battled their way in the midst of Boxdown. Execution style. Boxdown, as you're aware, is makes up part of the underground car park of Mega Building 13. It's a series of, it's an inner shanty town of boxes, corrugated metal, tarp, fairy lights, street food, and built in the center of this by Osaka Corporation is basically this kind of white
Not white anymore.
So not anymore. It's covered in blood and bomb explosions.
Yeah, it's got a hole in the side.
And these kind of like repurposed, remade freight containers, cargo containers that you get from shipping into a homeless shelter, which has been attacked by this booster gang. And the group has performed admirably in fighting off this booster gang with their distinctive white berets.
Yes.
Stitch, you're down here. You were down here as part of the opening. Good to help others down here. They don't get access to community medicine, and they don't get access to the corporate clinics either. So you can do some good work here. You found yourself rather busy tonight. Literally hands in people's guts as bullets are flying over your head, and you're trying to stitch up and repatch, and you come out a little bloodied.
Viewer advised, this is a program for grown-ups.
Yes, we didn't do that. We probably should have mentioned content warning on this one. This is for adults, though we are adults with immature minds.
Yes.
At least I am. So Aaron has been on his knees, arms like elbow deep in guts, blood spewing everywhere. He's been trying to patch people up. He's done an okay job, helped out a few of the civvies down there. He's been under fire, serve you guys. But after you've kind of done your sort of trauma work and made sure everyone's okay and other people are coming in to help, you also have been summoned in to the local crime lord's like little den. So the group gather in the den of the gentleman was called Mud. Now Mud, he's got it's a great name. Yeah. He's got this kind of dirty black cigar chewing on it. It doesn't look lit. Remember, even down here in the car park, it's raining. It's raining from all the burst pipes and stuff that is dripping down on you. So, you know, all the cardboard wet. He's a bit wet
from everyone above.
Yeah, basically. So he's got this kind of soggy black cigar he's chewing on. He's got a very worn, patchy, heavy metal T-shirt. He's got sort of blue, fluorescently blue kind of dungaree kind of thing. He's got a big metal arm, bionic arm, and he's kind of got a nasty scratch across his eye, and it looks like he's taken one or two blows during the nights of the events of tonight. So you're all gathered in his little den. With him is another gentleman. You're kind of led through a sort of almost a tunnel of cardboard. He kind of bent over, and you go into this little room, and it's more tidier than usual. So the floor and ceiling again is made up of the various kind of cardboard and metal slates and tarp, but hanging from the ceiling are more sort of fairy lights, and a little incense kind of burner is hanging from the ceiling. There's lots of throw pillows on the floor to sit on, and he gestures for you all to kind of, take a seat and sit down. And there's another gentleman standing behind him who's kind of got that more sort of classic cyberpunk look he's got a sort of see-through waterproof jacket with kind of fluorescent pink highlights in it. He's got scraggly blonde hair. He's got bionic eye, and he's standing behind this guy. Anyway, chewing on a cigar and taking it out now again. Mug goes, "Lads, you done really good tonight." And as you know from the end of last episode, he basically said, "Can I offer you guys a job?" My boys, a lot of them got caught in the shooting.
No shit.
Taking a couple of wounds, and we've got a bit of a business to do tonight, and I need some protection. Well, I don't need protection. Donnie here kind of points over his shoulder with his thumb. Donnie here needs some protection. Now, we've got a bit of a meet. Me, a few of the other bosses around this part of the neck of the woods are meeting up for a few choice cigars and some nice bourbon. But Donnie here, he's got to go to the sort of backroom meet where the actual business gets done. What's left of my security are going to be escorting me to the boss meet. I need you guys to get Donnie to his meet. There's just one slight problem, because there always is with these sort of things. Donnie ain't got no pass to get past the wall. Now, for anyone who's local, the wall is literally a metal plate. So when they were building Mega Building 13, as you're aware, they started building it, the war started, and all the refugees kind of piled in. After the war ended, Arasaka Corporation started building on top of them. So what the refugees moved into was that kind of hollow concrete framework that you see when people are putting up skyscrapers and stuff. They dug
like
up
the superstructure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Arasaka Corporation just built on top of it and around it. You've got the various ventilation shafts, electricity, water pipes coming out of it, but a lot of it was just sealed around them, on top and around. The wall is the literal sheet of metal
that they put around it,
that they built around them to contain the refugees and people. So as Modern say, so he's got no ID to get past the checkpoint at the wall. Probably you guys have if you're local. If you're not, you probably have an intermediate pass.
Sure, not a problem.
Our usual way of getting in, we used to use one of the tunnels from the boiler room just over the way, but that's been taken over by a booster gang. So you can go that way and shoot the shit out of them. I won't complain. You can smuggle them past the checkpoint if you want. Don't know how you're going to do it, but I can leave that up to you. You look like sound-minded chaps. Lastly, you can take the highway. Now, as I've said before, Mega Building 13 is built on top a massive freeway, and it goes through it. You can get to the freeway. We know that there's an access paddle in the ceiling. You'll have to take a walkway and then somehow, I don't know, get a zip line or a rope or something up to the ceiling above the traffic and get in that way. So those are your three options. Take with it as you will.
Well, got to be honest with you, mate. looking around, I don't see a lot of hardware. I mean, obviously, your Lofax fella, he's got products, but that's products.
Like
You don't want to
carrying
be
3 guns.
you don't want to be shifting your product by running out of ammo. So it's probably easiest to try and sneak him past the checkpoint, don't you say?
That's up to you, lads. Look,
Yeah, I've been through the checkpoint a few times for some of the gigs that I helped put on and arrange. So,
Plus, freedom of the press. I got a press pass and everything.
yeah, but
It's not as flexy as you think it is.
I don't care how you do it, but get Donnie to his meet.
Donnie, how are you with tight spaces?
Donnie shrugs and goes, "Yeah, I'm all right with it."
All right, Mud, though, one thing you haven't mentioned is what the compensation is, because we've got a standing deal. I patch your guys up and you leave me alone to do my work.
You're good.
But
you're good for me, Stitch. You're good for me, and I respect that. Tell you what, $2,000 a head, and I give you a safe harbor for your bikes. Make sure they're looked after and kept sweet down here till you come back and you need them.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds
that
good.
works for me.
Hey, Stitch,
Yeah.
Lofax.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pleasure.
hi, Stitch. I'm Tane. I did a weighty report. You might have seen it.
Yeah, I don't do social media.
Oh, no, I'm not talking social media. This is like news, mate.
Yeah, I don't do news either.
Wow. How do you keep up to date with current affairs?
Yeah, I don't do current affairs, Tarnay. I stitch people up. I know what my current affairs are, bleeding people on tables and putting them back together.
Wow. It sounds like you got quite a story there.
Mud kind of leans over with his dirty cigar and says, "Yeah, he's pretty dark."
Yeah. Tell me about it.
You're not rolling, are you, Tane?
Rolling? What does that mean?
I mean, you're not filming.
Oh, no.
Good.
No.
It's got a big light that comes on in his eyeball when that happens.
You see this matte black cybernetic hand point at you, Tarnay, and go, "Whatever you do, I don't care what you film, but don't film me. If the trauma team corp finds out that I'm doing side gigs, I'll lose my job, and that means my clinic upstairs shuts down, and that would seriously piss me off."
All right, hold still a sec then, mate. Hold still. Right, let me just map your face. Okay, right. Yeah, there we go. Right, I've blanked you out.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I like
set a
working with
filter.
professionals.
Yeah, well, no, I mean you get that a lot in this line of work. There's folks that don't want to appear. I can do that thing where your voice comes out all funny as well if you like, but yeah, no worries.
Can you make
mate.
it like high pitched and squeaky?
Well, I could, but that takes away the gravitas from the news.
You know, it's not. Well, it's completely different to clearly this serious chap here. Then it would throw people off.
Yeah, I suppose it would.
You can make me sound like a cartoon mouse for all I care. I'm never going to watch it. So
again, there's a certain degree of gravitas required in something that's newsworthy. But yeah, don't worry, mate. You won't appear on screen.
Earlier on, it was just Uzis that did it for you, not gravitas. That was just crazy.
Uzis have gravitas. What are you talking about?
Fucking bikers everywhere and Uzis and.
Well,
I'm thinking what's going on. It's fucking crazy.
I'm thinking about recutting some of that into like a bicycle safety advert.
I think it'd be an awesome music video, man. I've got some rocker boys we could talk to. I know a couple of bands who are into that kind of shit, and we could.
Sure, yeah, let's make it happen.
Splice that in. Yeah,
there are
some
also
guitar
two
synth,
other people in the room.
Bike safety.
Exit
and
switch.
Exit and switch. One of which definitely has the usual trappings of a mechanic and a hand with various different tools on it. The other one has a Hawaiian shorts,
He's in his shorts and he's got a sword
and shirt and a trench coat or something, and definitely has the solo vibe.
The Mountain Dew powered solo.
The Mountain Dew powered solo.
Hasn't he got dermal skin armor or something? So he's just like bare chested and he's like, meh.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, awesome.
So cool.
Switch is going to stay behind and pimp out the bikes a bit. The solo's going to go with mud.
Okay. Cool.
Right. So how long do we have to get Donnie to get you in place for your meet?
2 hours.
Right.
Do I know any Rockaboy gigs going on that I could get some kit over to, and we could stuff Donnie into a big box and wheel it through a checkpoint? How do I
Let's see.
do I need to make a roll or something?
You recommend me a roll?
What kind of roll do I need to make for this?
Is that going to be your
cool.
your thingy roll?
Yeah.
Your-
Yeah,
But
this is my
power.
operator skill that I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
looking at.
Yeah.
How many points do you want to
the
spend on it?
grease.
Because you've got 4, haven't you?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm thinking 2,
Okay.
because it's fairly important for what we're trying to do. Sorry, I'm going all Kiwi.
Make the right thing.
So grease. I was thinking it's more along the lines of kind of grease and getting past the checkpoint and that kind of thing. Doesn't say there's a roll, but I was thinking that if it would probably be
Persuasion or streetwise?
Yeah, persuasion or streetwise. Up to you, Dan.
I think it would be streetwise.
Streetwise. Okay.
Because you've spent 2 points and it will lower the difficulty.
Okay. And I've been moving house for 3 weeks. Can you remind me how I do the rolls? Sorry, really
I haven't
bad.
played the game for 3 weeks. Can you remind me how to do it? So it's stat.
Yep. I've got the score. So
Yeah, score plus D10.
streetwise and my stat. That means 13
Plus a D10.
plus a
Plus
D10.
D10.
Okay. Oh, I need to get. I rolled a 9. Look at that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, cool.
Well,
So
we're
that
rolling.
means
We're using dice.
well, I'm using a dice roller on 9.
Really?
Because I still
Oh,
can't
you
find all
haven't
my
got-
dice in the house.
Oh no!
They're in the garage. It's really annoying. But I got 22.
Nice. Okay, so that's a definite pass.
Okay.
You do know of a Rockaboy gig taking place. It is taking place just one level up.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a warehouse kind of storage area that they're making up into a sort of gig area.
Ah,
And,
guys, Stocky Jesus are doing a gig, a level up, and we've
I
got.
love those guys.
I can. Yeah. Do you must have heard of them, Tane.
Yeah, country metal.
I get some kit across to them every now and then, and basically it allows me a way in to meet some of the, hoity-toity, posh people, drug-addled rich folk who are into guns and all that kind of stuff, and it's great. If we could get Donnie inside one of these big crates, one of those, black with the silver trim, all that jazz, then I'm sure we could probably roll that past a checkpoint on that kind of. I'll contact them and get an invite back, backstage kind of stuff. Your Stitch, your backup, and Tane, your press coverage.
No worries.
Going to meet the crew and everything.
For real though, talking our way through this is going to be much more straightforward than trying to shoot our way in through a booster gang.
Yeah.
Plus, I already have that footage for tonight, so
Or
the bad footage would go down a tree.
Or Spider-Man swinging across a major motorway.
I'm imagining that going on that motorway is like when in the Matrix where they say I'm going on the highway and you're like,
Yes, exactly that.
Like, don't do it. You're gonna get crushed by some 28-wheeler.
You dropping a call to what did we call him? Stocky Jesus' manager.
Yep.
And the manager's like, "Oh yeah, Lofax, good to hear from you, my friend. How you been?"
Oh, man, it's been a fantastic. We had this, we had that gig. We've been over here. I've been down in the levels. We've been in Boxtown, seeing it opening. So it's cool. I hear there's a gig on.
Yeah, we're just You're down in Boxtown at the moment, you say?
Yeah, I've got some stuff I could pop
We're
up.
nearby as part of the local festivities. Stocky Jesus have a gig up here down here at the moment. Why don't you come by and say hello? What do you need?
Will do. Just the usual, just the usual. Don't worry, I'll slide you a slice.
Well,
but,
I'll get your name added to the list.
Awesome. I got two with me, so me and two.
I'll give you +2. Right.
Yeah.
Roger
about
that.
Donnie?
No worries.
So go 3. 3.
Go with 3. Okay.
This
we
is what you need. This is
we
your
only need to
opportunity
smuggle
to go.
him past the checkpoint, don't we?
Yeah.
Not
like a
smuggle him all the
champagne
way
glass.
into the gig.
Full of orange M&Ms.
Oh yeah, I'm not the artist. That's not this opportunity. I just get an introduction into the richest people in the party.
So this part, you make your way out of Boxtown, get your gear together, wipe off the blood a bit.
A bit.
But
Mainly worried about getting out of my mohawk.
yeah. Oh dear. And you make your way up a level. It's just like traversing the ways through a normal car park. It's all concrete and ramps and all this sort of thing. You kind of have to jump one of those kind of prefab barricades and make your way through, and you get to where the sort of mechanics workshops would be. But here, it's a wide area which looks like it could probably have stored about 4 cars, with the lifters, but there's none of the machine equipment there. It's just the holes in the ground.
Right.
And what they've done is these are kind of like where people are moshing and dancing and jumping around and all that sort of stuff. And they've made kind of rudimentary stage out of the lifters, and one goes above and below, and there's some wrecked cars here and there, and people are dancing and jumping on top of them, and there's a strobe ball and flashing lights, and everyone looks like that they're having a good time. It's pretty dark though. It's only kind of lit with the fluorescent lighting, and the occasional beam and glow. Everyone's kind of got glow sticks as well as they rock out to country metal. Standing on the door, well, it's not a door.
Aggressive guitar synth.
It's standing on a door. It's not a door. It's a rope, basically cordoning off this area. You can see the stage from where you are. In fact, you probably wouldn't have to go through, but there's a bouncer very protective of his piece of rope between you and the actual gig. And he's standing there, big guy, arms crossed. He seems to have this kind of cybernetic skull cap.
Nice.
Behold, Excalibur.
Yeah, a bit like that. Yeah.
To some, a nightmare to others.
But it's more sort of grey and bolted and kind of slatted.
Okay.
But that's exactly where I got the idea from. And he looks at you and he goes,
"Hey man, how you doing? Good to see you again. It's been a while. Come on. Yeah. Hey, how's it going?
All right. You ready to cause trouble?
Me? Yeah.
Right then. Let me check the list. And you can see he's probably reading an internal screen. He goes, all right, +3, yeah?
Yeah.
He gives Donnie a bit of an eye, like he probably knows who he is. And then you all kind of make your way into the gig.
I will switch my tattoos on.
You fit right in. You find the manager backstage. Well, it's not really a backstage, as again, it's all very open plan. Basically, the area where all the crew are and the lighting and soundboard is, and all their buttons and stuff, and the lighting rig.
This is Cyberpunk though. It's probably like one guy with a watch.
It's 2 guys.
Just got
and the manager's there, and he's like, Lofax, you're right.
Yeah.
We're gonna be doing for you.
Yeah. We well, want to have a bit of fun, bit of a party, but we got a little situation. We need some assistance. We've got a.
Right, well, I still owe you for that time with the dog, so yeah, sure, no worries.
Hey, whatever you want to do is up to you. So yeah, look, we need some help. Yeah, you guys have to pass through all the checkpoints and stuff all the time, don't you?
Yeah.
We got a friend here. We need to get to a location, and we need some cover and a route out.
Do you want a crate?
Yeah, I definitely think a crate.
Yeah, I think I've got one that's big enough.
Make it cozy. Make it cozy.
Make it cozy. Yeah, I can get you a crate. You'll have to.
Can we get some
put it on
like
one of-
little passes, official things to get through? Not everyone here is technically covered or want to be noticed.
That's
You know.
okay. I can get through as on my trauma team identification. That's
sure
Yeah,
you
mate, no worries. I got a press pass.
Okay.
I can get anywhere in the city.
That's fine. That's fine. I
It's
didn't know.
just-
I
it's
didn't know
just
whether you
Donnie that-
wanted that to be flagged. That's all, Stitch.
Oh, I just don't want to be on camera. I don't care. I mean, I move through this building all the time. So
True. Cool. Okay. So maybe just a bit of cover with some people to come with us, like a couple of roadies or something to be a bit of extra, cover. A few people.
Yeah,
hanging
like two
around.
guys to push the crate.
Yeah, milling about, so we look like we know it's official and all that kind of crap.
Right, he kind of points at a couple of people, and they nod and come over, and they've got a crate. So it's a metal kind of packing crate that you would store musical instruments in and lighting and all that sort of stuff. It's kind of got foam in a bit as well. So Donnie goes, so when do you want me to get in?
Well, it's
get
probably
in now.
Yeah, probably best if you get in now, so when we leave, people don't see us all.
All right.
Maybe you just got off your tits at the gig.
Okay, it's a bit of a squeeze.
I'll give him a hand.
Well, he can't get in without, so he has to take his arm off. Gives it to Stitch, and he's got a inside his he's got an underarm holster. He pulls out a big kind of single-handed kill cannon type thing.
Yeah.
And he gives that to you. He's got
thank you.
Takes out a combat knife. Gives that to you, and he kind of pads, and he's okay. I'm sure I had. Yeah, and then from behind him, he's got from a sort of.
No, we don't need to know where that's been.
He pulls out a sawn-off combat shotgun.
Bloody hell!
Whoa. Well, Donnie, just and let sort of the manager away from the manager for a second and be like, Donnie, when we get there, what kind of shit's going to go down before you get out of this box?
Well, once we're past the checkpoint, you get me out of the box, and then we'll have that conversation afterwards.
Fine. Okay.
Stitch, after he gets in the box, will deploy the med scanner in his cyber arm and run it over Tani's cyber arm so he can determine what kind of cyber upgrades are in this arm.
And I'll run my weapon scanner over it.
It's got a hidden gun inside it.
Ah, cool.
The cyber arm is from the med scanner, it's pretty high grade. It's high grade military.
Right.
Which
gentlemen,
his left arm.
If Donnie doesn't live through this, I'm taking his arm.
Man, I know some people who get top fucking money for that.
I show you my same cyber arm, same side. I go,
I've got one as well.
I might be due for some upgrades. I don't want the weapon, but maybe the tech out of it.
Oh, mate, Breach, I know what you mean, but the cheapest the next level of upgrades I need to get is just silly money. It's like the whole head rig. I'm gonna need to get like a third of my brain scooped out.
It's quite a serious choice, man. It's quite a but I think I know some people who might be able to help you.
When that happens and the cyber psychosis starts to set in, I have reasonable rates for psychotherapy. I can
Good to know.
talk
Good
you
to know.
down.
But I think I'll be all right. I've always been all right with that whole side of things.
Yeah,
Just it doesn't
that's
seem to
what
affect me so much.
that's
they all
what all the
think.
cyber zombies say until they go crazy and have to be put down. And then he pats his bullpup uh, combat shotgun on its combat sling.
Oh yeah, no worries there. I go down like a sack of potatoes. Seriously, there's like nothing to me. I'm not bulletproof in the slightest. All my gear's up here. Speaking of though, if you need someone to run like some promo for the band or anything, I'm not a fixer, but if you've seen the way to report, then I'm quite flexible. I can do whatever
I'll
needs
be
to be done.
behind him, like nodding at the guy, like.
Manager goes, yeah, I think that'd be great.
Yeah, well, give us a call. Here's my number.
Oh yeah, thanks. He looks at his.
Brilliant.
All right.
He's like, are there any high rollers in the crowd tonight? By the way, just
Nah, says manager. They're all local boys
yeah.
and girls.
I mean, they're a pretty local group, aren't they? Old Stocky. They're pretty good though. I like their. Yeah.
Oh, Stocky Jesus.
Yeah.
Sorry. I thought you were talking about stock of cheeses.
No. Oh God, no.
Oh, that's why I was confused about the metal style.
Yeah, sure.
Stock of cheeses are rubbish, says the manager.
I didn't want to say anything because I thought this was them, but no, Stocky Jesus, right with you.
Yeah.
Accent thing.
Right.
All right.
Don A's got himself in now.
Yeah, we're
and is
standing
waiting
around
for
talking for
Elizabeth
ages.
Kind of
while he's
saying,
sulked inside.
close the lid and let's get going. And you just locked him in and start talking. All right.
Is there a canal anywhere near here?
Your man there's got a Stocky cheese himself.
You and a couple of the roadies who are pushing the crate basically on what looks like a bunch of skateboards strapped together and rolling this thing along. And you make your way out of the car park and it starts to get a little bit crowded now as there's more sort of a flow of workers who go through the checkpoint to their jobs up above because a lot of the tower is still being built and they're used as labor. There's Arasaka security guards standing by a checkpoint, which is basically a huge like airlock type door with yellow and black hazard stripes on it and warning lights, and it looks more like a sort of airport customs kind of thing. Also walking around are a few Arasaka Corporation police robots, which look like they've got combat like webbing on and backpacks, and they've got assault rifles, but they've got sort of single camera like heads and pistons
like
and all that sort of thing. Yeah, exactly. They look like the robots from Elysium. Except this time they've got they're sort of coloured in the black and red of the Arasaka Corporation. The guards as well, they've kind of got black body armor on, helmets with sort of tinted glasses so you can't really see their faces.
Minions that were gunned down.
So imagine a little bit like the guards and troopers from the original, I can't remember the name of the film, Total Recall movie, with Garrick in it, and except it's all kind of black and combat-y with like pads and stuff, and they're standing there, and they're kind of going through. You get in line, and we're going to do some scanning. Are you making any other precautions for your crate?
Can I use my weapon scanner to run an interference pattern?
And with a roll, you're basically reversing the signal boost to create a scrambling code in the immediate vicinity
That's
of
exactly
the
what I
crate.
wanted to do.
When in doubt, invert the polarity.
Indeed. And would this count as weapons tech in technique skills?
I'll allow it. Yep. Do it.
Good. That means I've got 12 already. And
Nice.
let's roll that d10.
Don't roll a 1.
I've got another 9.
Fantastic. What's the
Yeah.
maths on that?
21.
21. Fantastic. That's going to do it.
I love the way you Shit.
While he's doing that, can I run distraction on the guy that's supposed to be looking at the scanner?
This is in the heads of the robots.
Okay.
I was thinking like they've got scanning equipment built into their brain. On a random side note, when we did combat last session, we forgot to do critical damage, which was every time you roll double on your damage dice, you do a critical wound. So we'll keep that in mind for next time. I don't know why I'm mentioning that now.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, you know what? I wouldn't worry about it.
Just whack them with Donnie's arm.
There's a moment where like one of these droids comes up close towards you, kind of does this sort of faceless, emotionless scan, looks around, just says in a robot voice, "Carry on, citizen," and walks away.
Thanks, officer.
You remember what happens to Alicia when he makes the sarcastic comments, right?
I was being genuinely nice.
Genuine suck up.
So you get through the almost airport security-like thing, and you get through the other side of the barricade. No problem. You're through the wall. You get to a little side bit. I assume you're going to let Donnie out.
Yeah, make sure we're not being followed or anything, just in case.
Okay. I want to roll for that.
Oh, blimey.
Like
Perception?
Perception?
Yep. Perception rolls from everyone, please.
What dice am I rolling?
D10.
D10.
So my perception is a base 12, and I got a 10, so a 22.
Oh, I won't bother rolling.
11 plus 6 is 17 for
Where
me.
is perception? Oh, there.
It's
an
under
awareness skill.
Got it. 14.
Okay. Yes, you are being followed.
Zoom in.
It's a drone. It's a little black hover drone with 4 propellers, small micro camera just hanging out from the bottom of it. Probably no bigger than your clenched fist.
Oh, bless. It's a little micro drone, but it's not one of mine because I don't have any.
Can I use my electronics and security tech skill to try to hack its camera and send it off somewhere else?
Okay. First of all, was Donnie still in the box when you started doing this?
Yeah,
we were checking that we were being followed before we got him out.
Right, good shout. Okay, so yes, please make the roll.
So Stitch pulls out his agent like he's checking it and begins to dial it in, because trauma tech teams, they have to be pretty good at security tech, because sometimes the guy you're trying to save is like in a panic room or something. So his base for security tech and electronics tech is 14 plus a 7 for a 21.
21. I say this is going to be a roll off. Hold on.
Rawhide.
Oh. Okay. I'm not sure how this is going to work. Either your role was amazing, either what you did was amazing work, or what he did was awful. But you see a couple of sparks fritz out of the drone, and it swerves, bangs, hits the wall, and then crashes.
They don't make them like they used to.
I'm going to go pick it up.
Hey, Don't forget, they may have a physical tracker on that thing.
Yeah, no worries. But we need to get a better look because it depends on who's following. I mean, this could be his boss,
That's
just
a good
making sure
point.
everything got out okay. But equally, it could be rivals. This isn't a security thing, but let's have a look.
Sounds good, Tarnay.
So I would like to take a look at it with some streetwise to get a vibe for who made it.
I don't think you're going to need to make a roll.
Has it got Arasaka written on it? In big
Yeah, it's
red
got
writing?
Arasaka. It's a definitely a corporate product.
Okay.
It's an Arasaka Corporation drone.
Are these things on the open market?
Yeah, exactly. They're common. You can commonly buy them. Probably in somewhere in this building.
The perfect cover.
Can we backtrack the pilot signal?
Not now. It's there is no signal.
Okay.
Because whatever happened, it fritzed.
I could try to access its memory and see who.
If you want to
let's
do
last
that,
command at least.
You'll have to take it apart and.
I mean,
Well,
access
let's
the hard
just
drive.
stick it in the box. We'll trade it for Donnie in the box, and then we
Stick-
can take it apart later.
But if
Well,
we take it with us and it
roadies,
has a
one of the
tracker
roadies
on
goes,
it,
"We should be taking the box back now anyway."
Oh yeah, fair point. Well, they could stick the drone in there, and it can go back to the party, can't it?
Okay,
it's a good idea.
Yeah.
right.
We just
So
Yeah,
carry
don't
it
trash it. We'll come
How
by
big
and
is
pick
it?
it up later. Yeah,
How big is it? Like,
fist size.
it's about the
fist.
size of your fist.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Sure, Switch
you
will want
get
to check that out.
you get Donnie out of the crate. You get. I assume you're giving him all his stuff back.
Yeah.
His
Yep.
kill cannon, his shotgun, and his knife, and his arm.
And his arm. He is the job after all.
I'll pretend to forget to give him his gun, but then be like, ah.
He just gives you a kind of. He's very quiet. He doesn't really say a lot.
I know.
Thank you. Takes the guns off you. The two roadies walk off with the crate. Well, roll it along. Right. So now you are past the wall. So as you kind of clear this area, it begins to turn. It is the tunneling system. So for those of you who have seen it, which might not be, it's a lot like the turnstile underground in New York, which is this kind of underground market. For more local, it's a little bit like the tunnels and the London Underground kind of thing, but with market stalls and residency and all that sort of stuff. And Donnie says, right, the meet is taking place in the Blue Arcade.
Okay, how bad is it?
It's neutral territory.
But why do you need protection? What's going down?
Well, we're having a meet with other crime board with other
Okay, so we're
nefarious
just backing you up while we
types.
go for a chat.
Yeah. Here we'll be doing when the boss at the moment, they're doing bossy stuff. They're chatting, talking big, not really doing a lot.
Sure.
The meeting I'm going to, the backroom meeting, is where we'll actually be talking about business.
Right.
Today's conversation will probably be about certain illicit materials coming in and out of our neck of the woods into others. Okay.
Is there a particular group or individual that we should be putting our eyes and ears on more heavily than anyone else?
Yeah, if they turn up. They're not invited. But there are hints that some the Dream Thieves gang might be there as well.
They sound like some bad motherfuckers.
They're nasty. You know this new craze that's going around where people, I don't know, like get taken, and they link into the neurals of your brain, and
neural links. Fuck.
they steal you. They induce fear and nightmare or whatever, and then they record it, and people buy it. It's awful. It's linked into like, you know, when you can put yourself into those sort of semi-virtual reality highs. But this is
trading
like
in real fear experiences
and
and
nightmares.
shit like that.
Yeah.
Ugh. Man,
Nasty
even I wouldn't
stuff.
do that.
Because normally it means that the recording you're watching has actually happened to someone.
I've had a few people come into the clinic burnt out on that shit.
Mm.
They downloaded people's deaths and hearts blew out their own.
We do drugs, we do guns.
Guns.
But we don't
guns
do...
is fine. Like, everyone needs guns, yeah? We've all got guns. Like, guns are going around everywhere. Guns, fine. Death dreams, death memories, fuck no.
That's some creepy
No
shit, man.
way.
A lot of the people that they take and almost zombified, they people traffic. So we don't do that. We do drugs, we do guns.
So if these
gambling,
guys turn up, should we just
and
grease the fuckers or what? Are we? Do we
it's
play it
neutral
safe?
ground. No, it's neutral ground.
Okay,
So
right.
if they start something,
So they're not invited, but they can turn up.
they're not invited, but we reckon
And
they
nobody
might.
can
Free
do
country.
anything unless they start it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
Are they going to do
Go
that
ahead.
thing with their
So we've got to head
hands
to
really
the...
close to your face, but they're not touching you?
Not touching you. So let's get over to the Blue Arcade.
Cool.
Uh,
Do you know if they tend to go long range, close up? They knife people. They like.
Oh, they're very personal in their violence.
Okay.
They like using sharp weapons with toxins on them
Motherfuckers.
that normally induce unconsciousness.
Okay. Well, these people sound like some bad motherfuckers, and I'm wishing that maybe Mud had told us a bit about this before we crossed through the damn
Right.
checkpoint.
If they're tracking it in human beings, I've got no issue putting them down like the mad dogs they are.
Absolutely.
It shouldn't be so.
I mean, I assume there's going to be a load of other gangs there as well anyway. So
Yeah.
it's
There'll
not
be
just
other
us
business.
versus them. It's like everyone versus them.
Plus, we're now in a more civilized neck of the woods. So if anything kicks off, the Arasaka security should turn up as well.
Yeah, that's not good though. They just take everyone down and they sort out the mess later.
That's true.
I've seen some of those. Oh, here comes security, and they just like, yeah. Anyway, let's go.
All right.
So,
if Arasaka shows up, stay close to me. I'll flash my trauma team idents on my light armor jacket. Should keep you guys safe.
Oh,
They
yeah,
won't
the
shoot
insurance on that'll set them back a few pennies.
So you make your way through basically what is the equivalent of the New York Turnstile Underground, or those kind of London Underground tube tunnels and open spaces where there's shops and housing and all this sort of stuff. You go through one of these tunnels and then you kind of enter into a sort of large promenade area where there's market stalls, a balcony ring with other light shops and amusement and entertainment and all that sort of stuff. Here there's like fake palm trees in the middle and some greenery, and there's all sort of, you know, neon lights, Arasaka corporate workers trying to go and have a good time. So there's a few drunk people around as well. And you can
this piece of shit that doesn't look anything like a palm tree.
but it's what people think a palm tree looks like.
The fuck? For real? Wow.
Yeah, the leaves are probably a bit too pointy for a palm tree.
Is this some of that Hollywood bullshit?
Probably.
They get palm trees right in Hollywood because they actually have palm trees in Hollywood.
I mean, yeah, I haven't seen one since I was like 14, but even so, it doesn't look this shit.
So you make your way up to like the higher level sort of balcony area, and you can see the Blue Arcade. So the Blue Arcade is it's a strip club. and you start approaching. There's a guy on the door. He gives a nod to turn A, lets you in. The club itself has a very sort of Cirque du Soleil kind of vibe to it. So all the workers are, well, they're basically naked, but they've got those kind of dermal tattoos that you've got, Tane, but they're kind of glowing blue as they kind of cover up the more sort of
sensitive areas.
And there's lots of trapezing and bending with the ropes and that sort of thing. And there's tables, there's chairs, there's bars, there's a lot of booths with sort of red leather cushioned areas, and there's a stage as well where there's a small band playing.
I'm going to buy a strong drink.
Okay.
Just like on the way through, just be like, or just grab, something.
Like, for real, leather, that's not very considerate to their employees. Like, naked skin's going to stick to that.
They're being considerate to their clients.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this place
is amazing.
It's got a classy vibe to it, but it is also still a strip club. So, it's
Lofax's favorite kind of club.
It's still got that.
He's a fixer. This is a perfect kind of place to meet people and talk about things quietly.
Yeah, exactly. The bartender gets you a drink, and anyone else want a drink as well? Tane says, we've got a standing account here, so the drinks are on us.
I'm Tane.
Two.
Sorry, not Tane. Donnie says.
2 drinks then.
2 drinks.
Stitch just waves him off. I don't drink while I'm on the job.
And a champagne glass full of orange M&Ms.
Bran M&Ms.
Bran M&Ms. What Aussie would go on stage?
Yes, I shall also have a drink.
What are you having?
Probably just like rum straight up.
I'm having a couple of old fashions.
Old fashioned what? Eh?
Make sure you burn the orange properly.
And I'm going to start researching the Dream Thieves, get as much background information as I can, because I'm going to write an expose on them on the off chance that they show up.
Okay, so you get brought into a sort of private room area. There's it's got its own stage and comfortable seating around the stage. Has Ben frozen? Oh no, you haven't. Sorry,
nope, I was just sitting still.
There are a couple of dancers on stage. They've kind of got they sort of, those big, large feather things to kind of cover and dance to. But these are metal and they kind of glow and reflect in the light, and occasionally they shimmer and change with different colors or reflect and mirror. But a lot of the people in that really aren't paying attention to the entertainment on the stage. They're
inconsiderate. These girls are working hard.
Everyone in the room does seem to be of various criminal enterprise and organization. A lot of them sitting around bars. The heads are around one table, and you can see like other groups of like muscle or bodyguards or protectors that are kind of sitting around in corners and watching their employees talk away as they order drinks and start chatting away.
Well, Donnie, this is your show.
I'm going to go and take a seat. You guys stick around. Your job is to, well, you'll still need to get me back down there, but take a load off and have a sit down while I do some business. Just keep an eye on those other guys, will you?
So yeah, Stitch just kind of backs himself up and just dead face scanning the area. He doesn't even know how to fit in. His social skills are lacking.
Is anyone going to try?
I'm trying to chat with one of the service people, and I'm not fussy which. I'm just like, I'm just getting.
Oh yeah,
I'm trying to
it's
mix. I'm trying to blend in. I'm not being like. I'm not actually trying to chat someone up. I'm just being
the working staff with their kind of neon tattoos are male, female, basically whatever floats your
I'll be
boat.
chatting up some guy like, "Hey, cool. I like it. The loop round there is pretty
Do you
interesting."
want to make
isn't it?
Do you want to make a roll?
Well, I'm not actually trying to
Oh, you're just trying
do
to.
anything.
Okay.
I'm just trying to fit in, like to look like I'm just a patron.
Is anyone going to be listening in the conversations that they're talking about?
I'll try.
Yeah, I don't think Stitch would be, because he doesn't care. He's just looking for threats and waiting to collect this money so he can upgrade his clinic.
I'll try and chat up this guy like close nearby to where the conversation's going on. So I'm kind of doing my usual thing of like, my mouth is on autopilot, but I'm trying to hear what's going on.
I'm going to switch my cyber audio suite level dampener on to drown out the music and activate the voice stress analyzer to listen in on all the conversations simultaneously.
You know what?
Just see if I can get a feel for the room.
I love Cyberpunk.
I'm afraid you're going to have to make a roll.
I'm going, what?
Tane.
What?
Is there a make an awareness roll? Is there a
There's a concentration skill, which might help him filter out the conversations.
Gumpy concentration.
Right,
I like it.
That one. Oh yeah.
Under awareness.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I've got 8 on that. So let's roll. 16 total.
You know that they're basically talking about the movement of some sort of high-end narcotic. Tane. They are talking about the smuggling of a drug called black lace, which is pretty expensive, pretty addictive, but has some pretty fantastic effects.
Is it one of the nasty ones?
Yes, yeah, it is. Yeah, but it's also used a lot by military or armed forces, because it basically, I think the effect is that, for the duration of primary effect, you ignore all the effects of your wounds. So they're talking about moving black lace and blue glass as well, which is a hallucinogen. Yeah.
So they're not talking about guns?
No, they're talking about drugs.
Okay.
And basically various ways of smuggling them in. And they are talking about setting up a large chemistry lab in Boxtown, in the homeless shelter. Basically converting it out into a chemistry lab, because they've got the idea of chemically putting in the drugs into the fiberglass of some cars and vehicles, which they can then bring into the car park, melt down, take out the fiberglass chemically, and basically have the rest of their. It's some pretty gross chemistry, and you might not have a full proper nice product afterwards, but it'll easily get it past.
Bit of fiberglass in your hallucinogens. Who gives a fuck?
It's actually really common, disturbingly so, to get fiberglass shavings in some drugs. Anyway, I got 8, 9, 10. Hang on, let me do the math.
This is everything you got, Tane.
11, 12. 16 on human perception to see if anybody was particularly stressed out or strung out or apprehensive. I'm trying to get a vibe for if anybody in the room is on edge and one to watch. So yeah, I filtered out all of that background stuff to pick up as much information as I could. And I have my agent running that, but I've also got the voice stress analyzer built in to see if anybody's
noteworthy. the dancers on stage have moved from the kind of large feather thing, don't know what it's called, to rope dancing, you know, when they hang off and twirl from the ceiling and those kind of silk ropes. And one of those dancers looks a little bit nervous. It's at which point a 6 other individuals come into the club. They are all, well, they're all pretty filthy. They've all got kind of bluey gray duster trench coat type things. They're all bare-chested, pretty muscly. They've all got combat trousers and big black combat boots and various cyberpunk enhancements.
It sound like Delac gangers from Necromunda.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. And everyone suddenly gets twitchy in the room.
Whew, yeah, they're not well.
Do we recognize the gang colors? Are they the dream thieves we're looking for?
Yeah, well, I'd say it's a pretty educated guess.
Yeah,
with everyone kind of suddenly getting. Anyway, they walk up and basically one of them says, "Our boss is at the meet. We want in on this one." There's a bit of toing and throwing, and they talk for a bit. There's no violence or swearing or anything like that, but there's pretty
posturing,
and then eventually he sits down at the table. Ben, are you keeping an eye on that dancer?
Yeah.
She is now, you know how those kind of stages go out walkways? She's now kind of out on the walkway.
I'm going to nudge these two and be like, "Heads up, fellas, that dancer's real twitchy."
Everyone roll initiative.
Oh, how do we do initiative?
Hold on.
D10 on your reflex, is that it?
Yes.
16.
14.
14 for Lofax, 16. And was that 14 for you as well, Tano?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it going to do it?
Can I just go refill my wine glass before we get into combat?
Who said anything about combat? Go on. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Why am I rolling initiative? I'm confused.
I know.
I don't know. It might be a combat like yesterday's one, where I sprung the trap on Simon and Aaron and Dan P, and Simon shouted at them, and they were like, "What?"
He used his Simon skills to confuse the enemy until they became our allies.
That certainly sounds like a Simon plan to me.
It was a thing of beauty.
It was good because the players had all said, "Oh no, I don't feel comfortable with like randomly murdering teenage girls." Okay, good. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. So he gave them a lecture on how their stealth was poor, and then turned it into a lesson and made all the other girls pick on the leader of the group, and then sent them back to do their job properly.
It was funny.
Okay.
All right, let's cook these fuckers.
So, the dancer on the stage
She's about to pull a gun on probably these new guys. And
explodes.
Things up. Oh, there we go.
Whoa. Can I use the male servant in front of me as a human shield?
I believe there are rules for human shields.
Lofax is a selfish motherfucker, so he's just like,
You will need to make a successful combat roll, for which I believe will have to be a brawling, some sort of hand-to-hand fighting or martial art. So the explosion itself, though, Lofax, bear in mind that that's a kind of mental instantaneous reaction. The explosion itself is rather small. What's coming out of the explosion is a large amount of green gas.
Okay.
So,
I just got a reroll, by the way.
did you? Who
Yeah.
gave you that?
Naranazeka gave it to me. Thank you very much, Naranazeka.
Fine. we love our followers.
Yeah, well, yes.
Right, make
So-
a some. Do you have a martial art at all?
I have brawling
Make a brawl roll.
of 2, and my dex is 5. So I will roll a die and add 7. I rolled an 8, so that's 15.
Okay, this is definitely a
Opposed.
roll off. Opposed.
I'm just like.
I rolled a 1. So you get it. The explosion happens. And basically, several bits of rib cage go hurtling into this poor naked man and pierce his chest, and you kind of holding him there. You two, Tane and Stitch, what do you want to do?
I'm going to say,
So-
sorry, but before he dies, I'm going to say it would have been great. And just like drop his body on the floor.
So since I've got a reflex of 8, which means I can evade ranged attacks. So can I use my evasion to basically see this happening, since I was scanning the room anyway, roll out of the way and put some distance between me and this cloud?
Yes, so an evasion roll would be...
It's a skill. Evasion under fighting skills. I've got a base 14 in evasion.
Okay, make a roll.
I'd just like to point out that Dan just got a reroll as the GM. And that
Aw.
does actually mean you can make us reroll something if we roll really well.
That's true.
Aww, thank you. You're so sweet.
So I got a 4
I'll use
on the
it to
dice.
murder them.
I got a 4 on the dice for a total of 18 on my evasion roll.
Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so you duck. Where are you ducking to, sorry?
So he basically sees it coming and rolls back over the table behind him and props it up. So he basically rolls back about 10 feet into the corner
Tane.
I am going to take a deep breath.
You're
and
probably a little
then-
bit further away from them because you were had all your equipment and stuff all watching the gangsters, right?
Don't take a deep breath.
What? Why not?
'Cause the
blow
gas.
all the air out of your lungs
Yeah.
and just close
Yeah, I was
your
going to take a
mouth.
deep breath before going
Oh,
into
yeah.
the
Okay.
cloud
Gotcha.
to try and get our guy that we're supposed to be here to keep alive, because we sort of want to get paid.
Well, the rest of the room has gone, frankly, totally to shit, as every gangster in the room pulls out a gun and starts shooting each other.
Fuck.
Time to get
And now
down and get out.
Bullets and stuff are streaming over, and
Yeah, so that's what I want to do. I want to try and jump into the mix and get Donnie out.
I think I want some sort of
I also have evasion.
make a roll.
It's not as good as Aaron's evasion. 6, 7, 8 plus 7 is 15.
You're gonna take a hit, I'm afraid.
Ooh.
That's right. That's why you brought a medic along.
The face.
A medic who can also fuck people up.
Those trauma team guys are scary.
Oh yeah, I bet.
13
Yeah.
points of
The
damage.
shit I've seen.
Ouch.
Don't forget your armor.
Oh, armor, yes. Armor of 11.
So it takes away 11 points of damage, and the armor becomes
Oh, no, sorry, armor of 10 because it's already reduced.
taken damage. Yeah, so you
So
take
that
3
goes
points.
down to 9. And I take 3 points of actual damage. That's not so bad.
Yeah, not too bad. I like the armor degradation.
Ablation.
I
Yeah, that's
like
a
that.
cool
That's
rule.
cool.
Mm.
I like that. Gonna have to think about that for heroic deeds.
It's kind of
Right,
like Warhammer, where you can ablate your armor to avoid critical hits too.
So these gangsters have pulled out their gun. Bullets are flying. Glass is shattering. tables are breaking. A few people have started flipping over tables, but this green cloud is starting to kind of dissipate a bit more across the room. You can see a couple of people choking, and blood starts to leak out of their eyes and nose as they scream and kind of almost tear out their own face, fall to the floor.
Can I puke on the guy and then run?
This poor guy that's been used as a human shield has 2 ribs sticking out of his chest. You now puke on him.
Mate, that's DNA evidence. Oh no, I can't talk. I've got a mouthful of not poisonous air.
It's involuntary, I'm afraid. I've just seen someone's eyes bleed down their face like Indiana Jones, and I'm like, ugh! I'm not a med tech.
This is just another Tuesday for Stitch.
Exactly. It's not me. I hang out with rocker boys and rich people, you know.
Does
Stitch,
anyone... No, go on, Stitch.
He activates the hollow insignias on his light armor jacket that says Trauma Team, and you get the red cross on his shoulders. And then he pulls his shotgun, his bullpup combat shotgun up, and starts making his way towards the last place he saw Donnie.
Okay, you going to take any shots or just wait to be fired upon?
No. Yeah, he doesn't shoot unless he's attacked.
Right. Let's do some... Oh, God.
Can we shoot at the guys who... Can we see the guy, like the gang, the dream thieves?
Yeah. They haven't even bothered to duck. They're just standing in the middle of the room, kind of back to back.
Shooting at everybody.
Shooting at what they can find. Or they've also got this kind of... I would say they're almost like short spears. So it's like some sort of Japanese-y oriental weapon. The stave itself is only about 1.5 foot long, and then it's got a long sort of curved blade on it. Mm-hmm. And theirs seem to be slightly slick with some sort of liquid on it, and they're kind of hacking away at whoever comes close enough. A couple of people started putting on respirators.
Oh shit, do I have one of those?
Someone in the party did.
I do. I put mine on.
No, I don't.
I'm a med
I've got
tech.
everything
I'm
else.
not
I've got
stupid.
glow paint, a laptop, radio communicator, flashbang, duct tape. I'm going to duct tape
That tape
my
came in
mouth.
very handy last game. Duct tape.
Yes, it did.
Okay. Lofax, what do you want to do?
I did it between the posts, didn't I? And then the guy got off the bike.
Right, let's do some...
I'll get a puke and run.
All right, Lofax,
that's my turn.
Have you got evasion?
That's a skill, right?
Yeah, it's under... it's under the fighting, in the middle of the second column.
Yeah. Evasion, yes. 7
roll,
total
please.
on that. 12.
Okay.
That's not good.
No, that's not good, I'm afraid. A stray bullet catches you in the shoulder. Do you have any armor?
I do. I have light armor jacket 11.
Well, that's only 12 points of damage, so your light armor goes down to 10 and you've taken 1 wound.
Yep.
Okay.
Hit points 39 out of 40. There we go. As I run away, I will get a gun out because all the guns are going now. So I've used the human shield. I've puked, run away. SMG's coming out.
Donnie seems to be shouting at everyone, saying, "Everybody stop fucking shooting! Stop fucking shooting!"
Good luck, Donnie.
He doesn't seem to be the only one. There are a couple of others who seem to have level heads on them, who are also trying to, stave the peace. Also coming in through the door are a couple of the bouncers from the club, from the Blue Circus, and they seem to be sort of trying to get to the fire suppression system. Not sure why.
Remove the oxygen, everyone passes out.
All right. I'm tempted to finish it there. Before we get Stitch. No, we'll go to Stitch and then we'll see what Stitch wants to do.
Okay, so how close to Donnie is Stitch?
Stitch is a table away from. There's a table with a couple of guys next to it between you and Donnie.
And is anybody targeting Donnie that he can see or targeting him?
Interestingly enough, not a lot of people are shooting at Donnie.
Only
and he's
Tane. Tane's going in there.
Yeah, but I'm not targeting him with a gun. I'm targeting
No, I
him
know,
with a
I
me.
know, I know, I know. With the me.
So Stitch would basically just move in adjacent to Donnie, tell him to get down, stay down, wait to see if this dust up blows over or whether or not we need to pull out. That's your call. You're the boss on this run.
I'm going to need you to make some sort of roll to get over or around or under that table.
Sure. Athletics or?
Yep.
Okay. I got a base of 12 in athletics, and I got a 2 on the die for a 14.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of throw yourself over the table like it was like, as you like people scooch along a car bonnet kind of thing, slide over, a couple of champagne glasses break on the floor. But you're now next to him. Tane, whereabouts do you find yourself at the moment?
I was also heading for Donnie, and having seen that Stitch has activated his medic patches, I'm going to activate the press light on the front of my armor jack.
Okay.
Also, full video, full audio, wide spectrum recording.
Do you have a gas mask?
I do not. I have a hold my breath.
Okay. I think it's time to make some sort of constitution roll.
How about resist torture or drugs?
I mean, it's probably not exactly on the money, but
it's not a bad option, though.
Yeah.
Because it's a cloud of gas, isn't it? So it's an inhalant.
I think it's usually a body roll.
It's a good blag, Ben.
It is a good blag. Well, I spent points on it. I figured I might as well use it.
6. So I would either say, well, no, resist torture drugs is a body roll, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's off will. Yeah. All right. Yeah, go for it. It's either that or endurance if you've got it.
Because it was kind of to represent hard living, but also occasionally like nearly drowning.
Or endurance.
They're exactly the same. No,
okay.
They're exactly the same. So 6, 7, 8 plus 7, 15.
Yeah, you still got just. But you still need to get over the table as well.
I might go under.
Okay. I still want an athletics roll.
Sure.
You are. Roll.
I might go under.
You roll, but take away -2 because you're trying to hold your breath.
Yeah.
You're going
17.
Oh. Fine.
Power slide under the table.
Okay.
Well, I don't know whether the gas is going up or down, but it's just at the minute it's going out, so maybe going low. That's what you do when there's a fire.
And she was on the stage.
Yeah.
So it's like going up from out there.
So you're probably hitting the dirt is probably the best thing.
Yeah.
Lofax, what do you want to do?
I'm going to turn around. And do I see these guys going after Donnie? Is there anyone who looks like they're about to fuck up their shit?
Yes, totally. 2 dream.
I'm going to grease one of those fuckers with my SMG.
Make a roll. Range chart. Hold on a sec.
Now this, I'm going to do
SMG. You are definitely within 6 yards.
Yeah, I'm going to do.
So I would say 15 or money, 15 or more.
Nice.
You're almost at close range.
But I'm going to do the auto fire.
Oh, so we're going to the auto fire chart.
Yeah.
Auto. So 20.
Okay, right. Let me see what my skill is. Okay. I need an explosion. I rolled
I seem to have made another sucky generalist.
14.
So that's a miss, I'm afraid.
I'm still not used to the SMG. It's kind of
Oh.
it's a new gun for me. I'm used to the
Okay.
pistol, but I thought bullets would be
So-
more bullets would be better, but maybe not.
One of these guys sees you, shoot at him,
motherfucker!
and he's going to make a acrobatics roll to jump on the table and then jump at you. He won't be in combat. It will get him into combat, but he won't be able to kind of.
Okay. Yeah, I won't be actually able to strike this round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
yeah.
just becoming
so
a more prominent target for me.
This Dalak, almost looking ganger,
Old
with his
school
blade
Dalak.
over his head, going. Rah! Jumps on the table, jumps down, and then leaps towards you with this spear. His coat kind of flapping out behind him as he jumps through and kind of comes down almost on top of you. In the meantime,
Who brings the spear to a gunfight?
Tane and Stitch. The other one's going to kind of make a swing at you. So I'm just going to roll to see who it is. It's going to be Tane again, I'm afraid. Sorry, old boy.
It's easier to mess with the press than it is to mess with those trauma team guys.
Don't forget, Dan, you've
says-
got to re-roll. Not that I'm suggesting that for any reason.
Yeah, I'm going to re-roll it on these wounds if it's messy. Sorry. Oh, God. Okay, that's a critical. So it's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 damage.
Feeling that.
Plus a...
We got
Plus
9
5
armor.
automatically if it's a crit.
Thanks, Aaron.
Sorry. You know me and rules.
Trying to find my critical hit chart.
I got it open. To the bottom,
Are
it's a
you
D12.
dead?
No,
Okay.
because I take 9 of that off still.
Okay.
So
So it's a body injury.
Yep.
Please roll 2d6.
7.
Foreign object. There is a foreign object. Basically, it's
A
so
bullet.
he stabs you with the spear and
Ooh.
it snaps.
Oh,
At the end of every turn where you move further than 4 meters yards on foot, you resuffer this critical injury bonus damage directly to your hit points.
ouch. Right, so I've taken.
Don't move.
How much damage have I taken?
It was 18 taking away
Plus 5.
9 is 14. So 42 minus 14
28.
is 28.
from. Is that under half?
It's not, no.
Okay, so you're still okay.
As long as I don't move, I won't be seriously wounded.
However,
I can
I did
stabilize
mention that their blades were gleaming with.
You
you.
did.
So
With nasty
please make
poisons.
a resist.
Endurance. All right.
Endurance, so endurance or the drug one that we talked about
The
earlier.
body one. Resist
The
poison
body,
and torture.
yeah.
9, 10, 11, plus 7, 18.
Oh, you're fine. So he takes a swing at you, but the stick in his hand snaps, leaving the spear sticking out of your belly through your armor, blood pooling around, dripping through your clothes.
Oh,
You can
mate,
feel it
that-
trickling down your neck. Leg.
Ow.
That's some shitty, cheap metalware. Also,
S-
ow.
Stitch says, mistake. And then he puts the barrel of the shotgun into this guy's chest and pulls the trigger.
Make a roll. So
Okay, my
shotgun.
You get
close
some good
range
footage though, Tane, yeah?
would be.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, where's my chart? Hold on, go back. Pistol, shotgun, 13 or more, close range.
My base with shoulder arms is 15, so
I think you're
I
gonna
got
do it.
I got a 19 in
Gross
total.
damage. What kind of
5d6.
nice?
Oh man.
I got 3 6s. 15. 23 points of damage in total, so it's
So-
28 with the critical hit,
Do some 2d6 for a body one, please.
and an 11 on the critical hit chart.
Blow off
Crushed
his
fingers.
Face. Oh, crushed fingers.
So he must have put his hand in
Hand
front
up
of the
and away.
barrel.
-4 to all actions involving that hand. DV of 13 to try and get it back.
Wow.
Okay, that's pretty nasty. The shotgun blast, it doesn't kill him, but point blank in his chest. He's got no armor on because remember he was bare chested. Manages to get his hand up in front, but your scattergun basically blisters and burns and tears away his fingers. You can see the tops of his fingers have gone. This bone, the rest of it goes smacking into his chest. Powder burns, blood, and the hit of the blow basically throws him back into the gas. And his face starts to bleed. His eyes bleed, his nose bleeds.
Yeah.
And it's all getting a bit thick and nasty. Right. I think we should pause there because the next bit's probably going to be a bit of an arc.
Longer. Okay.
Bit longer, and we'll wait for the other
That's
guys
cool.
as well.
That's cool.
I think we're.
Our backup can burst in through the door. That'll be handy.
Don't worry, I got you covered, Tarnay. Just one round, I can get you stitched up.
All right, so yeah, we're going to bit short tonight, guys. Thank you very much. But I think if we move on to the next bit, we want to have everyone else here as well.
Yeah.
And combat's getting a bit thick, and I hope everyone's had an entertaining night. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. I'm sure we've got some announcements.
Gartopia.
Tonight.
Do not forget that the first issue of Gartopia is now available to our Adventurer tier patrons and above. You can go and see the wonderful articles about crypts from the Garblag crew. And the next issue is being written right now, and it's about ruins. And we've got some cool artwork for that as well.
Cool.
Sorry, I've been away for a few weeks because I've been moving house, and the house is full of dust, and it's aggravated my throat. So apologies.
I know exactly how you feel.
Head over to the Patreon and check out Gartopia because it's pretty cool.
It is cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It is
cool.
And
we're pretty proud of it. So it's a lot of fun, and I think Bort will turn up.
Bort the Crypt Keeper
will turn up in various
breakaway
issues.
hero of Gartopia.
It also has a page of dodeca content every month for some new rules, some add-ons, some extras. Players. So Dodecaneers.
Dodecaneers, I haven't heard that one. That's
come and
brilliant.
Check it out.
I love it. Ben, what's on tomorrow night?
Oh,
That's a good question.
We got Garblag North America tonight.
Yes, they got the Garblag North America tonight.
Sorry, yeah. Cool.
We're going to premiere a one-shot of the Savage Lands Adventure edition rules for Savage Pathfinder. With Matt running that tonight. So, and the rules are great. So this should be a lot of fun.
You guys have been going on about that on the Discord for
on the
so
chat
long.
For a lot in the Discord. Yeah.
I've got to get my hands on that game just to check
you know,
it
it's I really like. I mean, everybody knows I love Pathfinder. But the one thing you always get with Pathfinder Second Edition and D&D is you get that power creep. You know, you get that guy at 15th level with 200 hit points who can punch a dragon down. Well, with the Savage Pathfinder rules, it's you only get 3 wounds. Doesn't matter how tough you are. You know, it doesn't matter how far you advance. You can go down with one good shot with exploding damage. So I mean, it's much more visceral,
gritty,
but still getting that high fantasy feel.
I like that. No one said that to me before about Suede.
Yeah, no, it's a lot. It should be a lot of fun.
So all you have to do to win Pete over is say you could die.
Oh, you could die hard and easy with. I mean,
awesome.
A goblin could come up with a spear and kill you, and you could be a veteran character, but it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
That's for tomorrow. The jury is out. We don't know yet.
The jury is out. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
we're trying to put something together and see what we can come up with.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us tonight. If you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on the buttons. I've been Dan, and this has been Cyberpunk Night City Highs. And thank you very much for joining us tonight.